What up, everyone, and welcome to The Social Room, where strategic networking meets insightful business conversations. I'm your host, Aiden Snell, and this show is designed to connect you with business leaders, visionaries, and entrepreneurs who are not only crushing it and making waves within their industries, but who might also just share the game that can take you to the next level. In each episode, we'll explore the stories of these business owners and how they're impacting lives. Who knows? You might just find your next big opportunity right here on this episode. So sit back, tune in, and let's get social. All right, family, today we are here with the one and only Danny, CEO and founder of Worldwide Agency. Danny, it's been a pleasure, man.
You too, my man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Absolutely, bro. Finally, we met. We're meeting in person. It's been long overdue.
It's been about a year and a half now. Every time I come down to Miami.
Already a year and a half, bro? Yeah, because I think when I first moved down here, we actually connected through social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, about a year and a half ago. That's crazy, bro. Time flies.
Time does fly, man.
That's
Definitely,
dope, man.
Yeah.
So Danny, tell me about, give me a quick intro, bro. What do you got going on? What are you passionate about? Where are you from?
So, Colombian, raised in Miami, lived in Canada for a while. I do video, social media content. It's mostly travel and lifestyle content.
Nice.
But I'm currently working, it's in the works of a agency. So it's a worldwide agency. Why I call it worldwide agency? Because I'm trying to connect creators with brands or companies. So
Fire.
we're in the process of building a platform where it's gonna be kind of like Tinder or Bumble,
Okay.
but for creators.
Nice.
So you just swipe, and if you like the business or the brand or whatever, then you can work with them if they swipe back, you know?
Fire.
So it's something that we've been working on. I feel like because I have the ability or I've been traveling so much, I see creators, they have difficulty connecting with brands or with companies. They don't know how to go about and connecting with them. So it's something that I've been working on for about a month and a half now.
That's awesome, bro. I think that's a genius idea. I know both sides could benefit from that greatly, right? Because, you know, there's creators that have no idea how to reach out to brands. They don't know how to find brands, and vice versa. There's brands looking for creators. They have no idea where to find these guys, right? And so I think that would be huge, bro. Awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but like for me, when I was starting out, it was really hard to find working with either brands, individuals, companies. Most people don't know how to like pitch themselves.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, I mean, that's what we're working on. I have a team of, we're about 5 people. We're working on that project. It's coming along.
That's dope, bro. And you're based out in Colombia?
So, it's based out of Miami.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because U.S. industry is a lot bigger.
Yeah. People pay more.
People pay more here, but most of my editors and everything, they're based out of Colombia.
Nice. Okay. Keeping those profit margins high.
Profit margins high, yes. And also, I like to give back to my community, right? So that was the plan initially. Like, I saw a lot of creators down there where it's harder for them to get clients in this area because of either the language barrier or because they don't know how to pitch themselves to American clients.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Fire, bro.
So that's where it started.
Dope.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, bro, it's a pleasure to have you on here.
Thanks, my man.
Thankful that you could come here and join us on the show. So we're going to get into what I like to call the rapid 5, the power 5. And these are just rapid questions I'm going to fire your way. And the goal is for you to answer them in under 60 seconds. No pressure. You ready?
No pressure. Sounds good. Let's go.
All right. First question for you. Danny, what's been the most valuable lesson you've learned from failure?
Valuable lesson that I've learned from failure is that without failure, there's no growth. Yeah, so we need failure in order to understand ourselves and understand what we're doing wrong in order to grow and tweak throughout the process.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree, bro. Amazing. All right, next question for you, Danny. If you had to start all over, what would you do differently?
If I had to start all over and do differently, learn the fundamentals and the basics of either business or the hardware that I'm using, like my camera. Most of us go into it buying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 camera without even knowing what shutter speed is, right? So I think that would be like, if I had to start all over again, I think it'd be that. And also not listen to what people say. There's going to be a lot of people along the road that tell you, don't do this, don't do that. But if you don't try it, you won't know.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's pretty much the things that I would do differently if I had to restart all over again.
Love that. No, it makes total sense, bro. Definitely learn how to use a camera before buying thousands
Yes,
of camera gear.
yes,
Right?
yes.
I've actually seen that. I'm surprised that people actually do that. It's like, bro, what do you, like, how do you just do that?
I mean, shit, my first camera was about $3,000.
And you didn't know how to use it before?
I didn't know how to use the camera itself. I knew the fundamentals of like what shutter speed, ISO, and things like that was, but I didn't know how to use the camera itself.
I didn't. Now that I think about it, I didn't either. But I learned how to actually use a camera before then, like the fundamentals.
Yeah, but that was something that I would use like on my phone because I like to twingo a lot with my phone and iPhone, whatever, the camera apps and things like that. But it wasn't like until I actually hold a camera, I started getting into it. And even then, I started pitching to clients before I knew how to completely use my camera.
Wow.
Which is
that's crazy.
It's good and bad. Good because you're diving into the deep end, but bad because I had a lot of errors.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
That I could have.
I mean, it's a great way to learn, though, right?
Yeah.
Great way to learn fast.
Very fast, but there's some clients that don't like that, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. You could damage some relationships.
Exactly.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Next question. If you could master one skill that you may not have right now, what would it be?
Business. Learning the business aspect of content creation.
What do you mean by that?
Videography is a very low-paying skill. A lot of people can do it. A lot of people nowadays have their phone in hand and they know they could do a video. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're good at the business part, right? Understanding numbers, how to get lead generations, how to pitch yourself, how to sell yourself, pricing packages, which is something that I think a lot of creators or a lot of people in our industry struggle with.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be that. It's something that for the past year and a half I've been completely immersing myself in more of the business aspect of what content creation is.
Nice, bro. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that's so important because like anybody can really get behind the camera and shoot, right? And to learn things like shutter speed, ISO, how to shoot cinematically and, composition, it doesn't take a lot. Like anybody can figure these things out. You can learn on YouTube. But to actually learn how to sell yourself, how to create leads, right? How to actually, run and sustain a business is the difficult part. So no, I totally agree with you. And I think a lot of creators struggle with that. And that's why it's so important to learn these things, preferably before you even get into business.
For sure.
Right? Because it's going to help you out and it's going to save so many different headaches.
Yeah. I agree too, but also I feel like you start tweaking along the lines.
Oh, for sure.
Through the business aspect. If you just don't want to become like just a videographer. Like my idea is not to just be a video guy or an editor, but also build a brand and build an agency around it. So I have to learn the business aspect of it, right?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Like I would definitely not let that stop you from getting into business, right? Just because you don't have it all figured out.
Yeah,
I 100% agree. But taking the time to learn a little bit on those topics will definitely save you a lot of headaches.
And it's extremely beneficial. It's extremely beneficial for anybody that's going through either getting into the business of videography or content creation. Learning the business aspect is extremely important.
Fact.
Extremely important to keep afloat the business, right? It's really hard. I know it's really hard to withstand months without income because you don't know the business aspect.
Oh yeah.
Of video, right?
That could put you out right there.
Yeah. And I feel like that's where most creators or most videographers quit, right? Because they hit that threshold. They don't know how to do the business. And creativity and everything is beautiful. It's nice, the aspect of everything, but it's not feasible to keep going. right? You need more than just creativity to keep going in the business.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. And that's what I kind of want to make the main topic on this episode is that exact topic because we're both creatives. We're both have an audience of people who may want to be creatives, who want to pick up the camera, start making money. And I think there's a lot of game that we can share with the audience, like as far as our own experiences and like what we're doing currently to grow our businesses.
Definitely.
Because we're in the same space. Awesome, man. Fourth question. What's been the best investment that you've made in your business?
Myself. So getting into mentorship. So I have a mentor right now. He's teaching me everything about the business aspects in general of life. So it's cliche, everybody says it, invest in yourself. But I honestly just been doing this for the past year and a half, and the growth is just exponential that I've seen. Yeah.
Bro, I've seen it firsthand too. When I first met you, like looking at your videos, is from now, bro.
Yeah.
Props to you for
Thanks,
just sticking
man.
with it,
Thanks.
cause huge difference, bro.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
from when I first saw your videos you were posting, I was like, all right, yeah, he's posting, that's good. But now I look at your videos, it's like, wow, this is actually fire.
Yeah, man. So it's like investing in yourself and investing in every aspect, right? Physically, mentally, soul, and your skills, right? It's gonna be a complete circle
Fire.
that comes around, right?
Love
Everything just adds on. It's a compound effect.
Love that.
Right.
Awesome, man. Last and final question. What's been your proudest moment in business so far?
Yo, so this year I shot with Maluma and Ryan Castro in a festival in Montreal. That was probably like goosebump moment for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Just having to just sit down next to them and chat and just understand like that they're also humans.
Yeah.
Behind that mic, it's a unbelievable feeling.
Yeah.
Couldn't describe it.
Those are both two very big artists, right?
Yeah, two
Nice.
big reggaeton
I've heard
artists.
Maluma. I
Yeah.
don't think I've heard of the other one.
Ryan Castro is a Colombian, also reggaeton artist, trap music.
Okay. I probably know his music.
Yeah, you probably do. I mean, if you're in Miami, you've heard it.
Okay, for sure. I'm not familiar like off the top of my head. That's awesome, bro. That must have been an experience.
Yeah.
I remember working with the first time similar to like you just having that goosebump moment was I worked with Aiden Ross.
Okay.
Bro, that was crazy. And like exactly as you said, like I was never the type to really idolize people, but like you really get to see that these people are just regular people.
Exactly.
Like, they're nothing crazy.
And I think that's where like I got goosebumps on stage while obviously photos and videography for them, but I got more goosebumps when I was sat next to them and actually like, we were like this, just chilling. I was drinking a Coke. They were obviously drinking things, whatever, but we were just chilling like this and talking about like life in general.
That's dope.
So it was a surreal moment right there when I was like, shit, okay.
That's fire, bro.
This is where video and photography can get you.
Bro, I was just talking to Grace on the episode before this, I believe. Either the episode before this or the one before that one. I was talking to this creator, Grace, and we were explaining how, getting into the videography and the creative world, it opens up so many doors.
So many doors, man.
Bro, everyone needs a cameraman, right? Everyone needs a videographer. Everyone wants to capture what it is that they have to offer to the world. And like, bro, like if you're good and you're skilled at what you do, you can, you have the opportunity to get into some crazy rooms and soak up knowledge.
Yep.
Right? Like,
Yep.
And I think that's my favorite thing about being a videographer, a creator, is that, I work with people and they bring me places where it's like, now I meet even more people, even higher level individuals. And I'm just listening to these individuals speak and talk, and I'm just soaking in so much knowledge, right? And it's amazing.
Yeah, and you like you said, you immerse yourself in so much knowledge that you didn't have before. And now you're in rooms like last year, February, I shot for Grant Cardone, and just being in the room with him and his people and the things he talks about, and I didn't have to pay the $15,000 ticket that it is to be there for one day with him.
Yep.
I was there doing video, getting paid, and getting knowledge. So it was just like,
Love
plus
that.
being in a environment where you're exposed to other people and you're able to connect with other people, regardless if it's for business or just on a personal level. You can make connections, and videography and content creation has allowed me to, like you said, get into rooms where in years I would have thought that I would step in, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome, man. Well, appreciate you for going through the Power 5. Those are my 5 power questions. I'm sure the audience ate that up,
Yeah.
and you definitely provide a lot of value with those answers, bro. Appreciate you. So now let's dive into that topic before where, you know, let's talk about like the common areas of videography and growing a business, right? I know a little bit before this podcast, you had some questions regarding, you know, the video business and whatnot. Why don't we get into some of those?
Yeah, so talking with a lot of creators, I'm down here in Miami for only about a month or so. I've been talking to a lot of creators, and I guess they're all in the same boat in the sense of it's very slow right now.
Extremely, bro.
And most people don't understand why or how to even get leads. For me, my lead generation system is mostly through DMs. And I have a lead system that comes in through LinkedIn.
Okay.
Those are my most generated leads.
Is it Sales Navigator?
It's Sales Navigating, yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
Okay. I just started using that.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
But for DMs, I have also a person. She's in Medellin. She speaks English, so she can DM people for me. And that's how I mostly get most of my bigger clients are through DMs.
Got you. Just
Which-
doing cold outreach.
Cold outreach, yes.
Nice.
Which
So
a lot of people think that it's unprofessional.
Bro, you got to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it, especially in your first couple years of business. Like, when you get to the point where you don't need to do it because you've established such a good brand, then yeah, you don't got to do it, right? But it's definitely not unprofessional. Like, what? Bro, what? I'm not going to outreach people so I can make money because you think it's unprofessional? Get out of here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
I mean, shit, I got a lot of people that say, you DM? I'm like, yeah, like, shit. Even my mentor that's like on the 2 million mark on Instagram, he DMs people all the time for more business.
Yeah, bro.
And yeah, I think that's my main lead generation is DMs and LinkedIn right now.
Nice. So for me, and I think that's super powerful. For me, it's definitely the DM outreach as well. What I have noticed is business is definitely slow for sure. Like, especially in the creator world, I feel like, or at least from what I've seen, like what I've been experiencing. And it always happens here in Miami. Like, a lot of people, they go on vacation during this time. But I also think the fact that the elections are coming up too has a lot to do with it. Like, people are kind of scared of what's going on with the economy.
Yeah, November's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to be out of here. I'm not trying to be in the U.S. I feel like there's another crazy event gonna go down. Some BS, right? But what I have done to grow a 5-figure agency and like sustain a business, you know, in the video world is exactly that, the DM outreach. But not only just reaching out to people, but also creating content that speaks directly to their pains,
Right.
and solves a certain issue, right? Actually providing them with value, because that's the number one way that people are actually even going to open up your DM is if they click your profile, right? Because before they open up your DM, if you're doing outreach and you have pictures of you and your grandma and you and your dog and you look like a regular person, what type of business owner is going to give you their time, right? Time is the most valuable asset we have. And so that's why it's so important to actually have a strong brand online, because if you're not looking good online, if your resume isn't optimized, nobody's answering your cold
100%.
DM outreaches, right? So that's number one. You have to make sure that you're actually providing value on a consistent basis. I would say on a daily basis, like posting content, right? And good content, right? Not just, you know, you chilling at the beach, right? Or whatnot. Like content that's actually going to add value to other people's lives, preferably the people that you want to sell. And so, yeah, I think that's super important. And I think that's been the biggest differentiator in why I've been able to grow a successful business, right? Is because I'm consistently showing up, right? I'm consistently providing content, telling people how they can increase the quality of their content, telling people how they can build a content studio. Like, the ideas just go on and on and on. And you can also leverage ChatGPT now to, generate these scripts. You give it a prompt, let it know. And I highly recommend, if you're listening to this and you're running a video business and you don't, or even any business, and you want to create a brand and you want to start creating content, just ask ChatGPT to create you a content strategy and have it ask you questions to optimize that strategy. For example, hey ChatGPT, I want to create content for the next 30 days. Ask me questions to further understand my goals and my brand. Simple as that. And it'll give you a really good content strategy.
Yeah. So ChatGPT's been phenomenal help for me.
Bro, game changer.
And if you understand how to prompt it specifically, it'll spit out really, really, really good content for you. Scripting. So I recently stumbled again on Ada. I don't know if you know what Ada is. So
another AI?
No. So it's within ChatGPT. You go into ChatGPT. On the left-hand side, it asks you can look for plugins for ChatGPT. You plug in Ada, and Ada is gonna ask you for a back file. So that back file, your Instagram has back files. You go into your Instagram profile, right, in your settings, and you click on back file, and Instagram throws you the backlog of all your Instagram posts.
Wow.
So it takes about 24 hours because it has to be like a requested backlog. Wow. And then it spits you out like a code, like coding, HTML coding.
Yeah.
You plug that into Ada, and Ada analyzes every content that you have and then throws out
more ideas,
wow, similar to the ones that went viral on your page.
Bro, that is a nugget.
Nugget.
I'm doing that as soon as I get done with this.
If you guys are listening to this, definitely comment down below, and I'll send him all the information, and you guys can definitely. It's a nugget. Like, if you don't know about this, it's game changer. It's probably what's been helping me gain so much traction on my Instagram or on my social media right now.
Bro, so they originally had something called the URL analyzer or something like that, and you could actually just copy the profile and type it into ChatGPT and it would analyze it. But people quickly caught on, and I think people were like, wilding out with it. Like, you could do it for private accounts.
Yeah.
And then you could ChatGPT would get access to like courses that you would have to pay for, type of thing. Right? And so they shut it down. Like, now if you just take your Instagram URL and type it into ChatGPT,
it doesn't let you.
It doesn't let you anymore.
No.
So that's why I was like, dang, because I used that feature for like a week, and then they shut it down. And I'm like, damn, this was so fire.
I've tried that too, to like analyze other profiles that I want to like recreate content, and it tells me, I'm sorry, I unfortunately cannot.
It doesn't have permission.
Privacy issues. But Ada, for your backlog on Instagram, it's phenomenal, man. It's like,
that's a gem.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think what else as far as lead generation. I feel like those are the biggest things, right? Like DM outreach. Tell me a little bit more about your DM outreach. Like, how are you approaching that?
Honestly, I have a template, and I teach this on I have a couple videos on YouTube. It's a template. It's pretty much, hey, how are you? I'm a videographer from South Florida. I do this and this. I saw your content. I loved it. Is there space for you guys to work either with a content creator or a photographer, videographer?
Nice. And you said that all in one message?
Honestly, it's 4 lines.
4 lines.
Yeah.
Boom.
But that's the main like message.
Got you.
I find it because I do a lot of travel photography and lifestyle content. I've found that anybody that is watching and you guys want to get into travel photography or like Airbnb photography, things like that, I find that a lot of brands don't like working with content creators per se because the quality of the work is not all there, right?
Yeah.
So for us, videographers and photographers, it's a lot easier to do high quality content, whereas most content creators going with their phone, you can do a lot of things with your phone, but there's a lot of businesses that are being like hurt because they're going because of the quality. So my DMs are pretty solid. It's 4 sentences, pretty much has my name, what I do, and how I can help them.
Nice.
And
that's
it.
solid. So mine's a little bit different. You kind of just go right in and, hey, this is what I do. What's up? You want to work? Which I don't blame, bro. Like, hey, everyone's got a different strategy. What I do is a little bit different. What I do is more so like, I'll try not to be pitchy at all and just develop relationships. Like, and ask the right questions. Like, hey, love your profile. The first line is, hey, blah, 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 love your profile. Looks like you're crushing it. Something like that. Just a genuine compliment. Wait for them to answer. Out of the 50 messages that I send a day, maybe 5 will answer.
Yeah.
5 to 10.
So that's a good thing to touch on because a lot of people are like, you DM, but I'm also DMing like 50, 100 people.
Yeah.
And out of those 50, 100 people, 5 answer.
Yeah.
And out of those 5 that answer, 2
actually carry out
for contract or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even, bro. Like sometimes like those 5 won't end up being closed.
Exactly,
You know what I mean? But like out of maybe the 50 of the 5, right? Like let's say we put 5 and we do that over the course of a week. Out of like 50 of them, like 1 or 2 will close.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Those are realistic numbers.
Yeah, those are realistic numbers. Yeah.
But
is it something that for you that I guess not right now, but when you were starting, was it something that would frustrate you? Because I feel like that would be a lot of frustration for somebody that's just starting out in this business. DMing people or emailing people and no answer.
Yeah.
Like not even like.
Yeah. It's super frustrating. And before I actually get into that, I want to wrap up my strategy on how I actually do the DMing. So I'll message them a genuine compliment, wait for them to respond, and then I'll start asking them questions like, hey, are you creating all of your content yourself? Something like that to give me an idea of how what's going on. Or I'll ask them like, hey, are you more so focused on like promoting your services or growing your brand? Just to get the conversation going. And my goal is to just understand like 3 things, or 4 really. Where they're at, where they want to go, what's stopping them from getting there, and like what is their current plan, right? Those 4 things. If I know those 4 things, then it's like, all right, I can either help you or I can't help you,
right.
Or hey, your plan will work. Like, yeah, I can't help you. So that's my main goal. And then also, what a lot of people don't know on why DM outreach is so powerful is because when these social media platforms see that you're going back and forth with a person, they're gonna push your content to that person. So if I'm messaging 50, let's say my target audience is online coaches, and I'm messaging these online coaches and we're going conversation back and forth. Instagram is going to push my content to that online coach, right? Like it's going to show up on their feed as one of the top posts because they're like, okay, these 2 are friends, they're conversating, right? And so if you're creating content the right way and you're creating content that's actually solving the pain points of these online coaches, bro, it's just, you don't even need to, like, your content should do the selling.
Okay.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't know the conversating back and forth would push out content for them.
For sure, yeah. And vice versa. You'll start seeing a lot of their content. But, like, Instagram will also know, like, I'm sure people like us, like, we don't consume content much. We're more so on the creating side of it. So, like, we don't need to really be consuming content. But those people are most likely consuming some content, right? And so it increases the visibility of your content. And like I said, if you're doing it correctly and you're building your brand correctly, you're creating the type of content that is gonna be like, oh, I need these. If I'm creating content where it's like online coaches, this is how you can create 30 pieces of content in a single day. Boom, like
right. Yeah.
That's gonna make an online coach reach out. Hey, I saw your video on this. How do you do this? Or I got a question about this. Boom. Hey, let's jump on a call. Sell them, cash secured.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's another like huge benefit on DM outreach. But to answer your question, when I first started, it was probably one of the most frustrating things. Like it was, I had never heard, like I didn't know nothing about business. Like very rarely, I knew very little about business. And my first mentor was like, send 50 DMs a day.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what? How am I even gonna send 50 DMs a day? That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta send 50 DMs a day? He's like, yes, send 50 DMs a day. And then, you know, after like doing that for like 2 weeks, nothing, bro, nothing. Barely anybody was responding. And it's also because I wasn't posting much content. And he's like, bro, listen, you gotta start creating more content. Like start, you know, the reason why people most likely aren't even opening your message is because they're checking out your profile and there's not much to show for it. So I was like, dang, all right. Boom, started creating content, still no results, bro. Like for the first like 3 months that I was really in business, this was like 6 months of being in business, but 3 months of like really being in business, actually every day putting work in. Like, bro, nothing, no clients, nothing. And I signed my first client finally, but it took a while. And like, I went from sending 50 DMs a day, because my mentor told me, bro, you make it unreasonable for you to win. Set up 2 more accounts and send 50 DMs each on those accounts. So send 150 DMs a day. I'm like, bro, are you serious? He's like, bro, you want to win or what? Like, this is what it takes. Like, what you're doing is not working, so triple it. Triple what you're doing. Send 150 DMs a day. And, bro, I was sending 150 DMs a day. I finally got, like, 2-3 clients on retainer, back to back to back, boom, boom, boom. And just like that, bro, I went from making, like, 0K per month to, like, 10K a month in a matter of 3 months.
Yeah. So
like, just by doing that.
My mentor, the same, man. He's like, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., you wake up. Before you get out of bed, already send 100 messages. And then go about your day. Yeah,
bro, it's crazy, but it's like it's such a good way to get business.
To get business and to get the practice of it, right? Because you also start learning what people are saying.
Yeah, it's a skill.
How to answer them, how to talk to them.
Yeah,
and then how to transition from your phone to an actual phone call to close them.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Although I've closed deals just through DMs.
That's fire.
Have you?
I don't think I have. No.
Yeah, I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it like high ticket?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've ever closed somebody in the DMs. I always get them on a call. Always. Like, hey, they're interested. As soon as they show interest, hey, let's get on a call and connect. Because I like to be on Zoom.
Right.
Like, I take all my calls on Zoom. I got the professional camera set up. Because then they're like, bro, what is this quality? Like, a lot of the times when I get on Zoom, people are like, bro, why does your camera look so good? And then
it's not just the webcam.
Yeah, nah, it's not the crappy MacBook webcam that I paid $2,000 for.
Yeah.
Bro, why does Mac even have
a camera?
Honestly, I mean, at least they got something. But those webcams, bro, it's like I paid $2,000 for this MacBook, and you're gonna give me a potato for a camera?
Yeah, that's true, man.
Crazy, Apple. Like, what you doing out here?
That's crazy. That is true, man.
Oh,
it's 100% facts on that. The camera on the Macs suck.
Nuts, bro. Yeah. Nuts. Like, I can see the grains.
That pisses me off,
bro.
Yeah.
Nothing gets me more frustrated.
Well, it's like the front camera to the phone, right? It's like whack. I would rather just put it like the back camera and
shaking my head, bro.
Yeah, man.
Billion dollar company, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
But that's mainly I have sealed deals through DM, but I also like getting them on call just so I can get their personality. There's a lot of I've also learned throughout the business that not everybody that you talk to is going to be a client for you.
Fact.
Because at the beginning of the business, I had situations where I wanted so badly that client because I thought it was going to be a good client, and then it turned out to be the worst client, and then you're just like stuck with that client.
That's the worst, bro. That's the worst.
So I feel like through Zoom calls, you can filter out a lot of the BS.
For sure. And I feel like you got to get to a certain point in business where you can do that. Because like if you need business, you got to just deal with it. You got to take the client. But when you get to the point where you can pick and choose who you actually want to work with, it's like so much better.
But even then, there's clients that even when you need money or you need the business, there's clients that right now I would have rather not taken on.
They were that bad?
Yeah, man.
Tell me a story about like what happened.
So I'll tell you a story that I'm throwing a video soon on. So I lost 14K in February.
Wait, you were throwing a video what?
So I'm doing a YouTube like
Production?
no, like I'm doing a YouTube just on this topic.
Uh,
So I lost 14K in February to a client.
you lost money to a client?
Yeah, man. So and the worst thing is that they're like huge client, man. Like it's a baseball player.
Wait. When you say you lost 14K, you mean like out of your pocket or like you could have made 14K?
So the contract it was going to be 4 months
Okay.
at $3,000 a
Okay.
month. It was a retainer client,
Yeah.
and we were gonna shoot twice a month.
Yeah.
And I had already shot. So he gave me the first payment, and we shot 2 months in. And he's like, "Man, listen, you gotta talk to my manager. My manager's the one that's dealing with my money. Blah 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 blah." 2 months in, no money.
What?
And I was like, "Hey, listen, we're gonna have to cut the contract here. No more content,
Yeah.
and I have the rights to all those content, so you can't do shit with it."
Yeah.
And he blocked me. His manager blocked me,
Oh man, bro.
and no money, bro.
Dang,
14K down the fucking line, bro.
And you had already shot 2 months worth of
And
content.
I had already shot 2 months worth of content.
Damn, bro. Well, I'm sure you learned now.
No,
bro.
yeah,
Get the
for
money.
sure.
Get the money first.
Yeah, definitely get the money first.
Dang,
but
that's the
you
worst,
know,
bro.
it's client, and that client, I had a gut feeling that it was gonna be bad, but I still took it because of
Yeah, you needed the bread.
I needed the bread, and because he was seen as a very like
Big guy.
big guy.
Yeah, nah. I probably would have done the same, bro. You know, especially when I was just starting out. That's unfortunate, bro. It's crazy too how some of like those big guys, it's like, bro, you don't got 3K to pay me a month and I'm giving you great content.
Exactly.
Like,
and
bro,
then
sometimes-
I have companies where like they're very very small, or I have a brand that is very very small,
And they pay you good. No
and
problem.
I say the number, and they're like,
Bet.
yeah, why not?
Bro,
I'll
that's
send it to
crazy.
you right now.
That's something I noticed in Miami too, bro. Some of the biggest people out here that I've worked with, and they're like stingy. They're like cheap. And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, what are we doing here? I'm not playing games with you. Like, you know, why am I trying to chase you down for bread? Like, you know, it's either we're working together or what are we doing? You know, and it's like, bro, like, don't you like? I don't know, bro. I feel like a lot of people pretend or they front like they may have these big brands, but then when it comes down to like investing into themselves, it's like, bro, like, what do you think? Because you're famous, like I'm gonna just work for you and like wipe your ass and
Exposure.
nah,
For
we
exposure.
don't do that no more, man. Like,
not at all.
there was a time and place to do that.
That
when
is
you're first
true.
getting started, there's no problem with that. But nah, like I know you got to know your worth, bro.
Yeah, definitely know your worth.
For sure.
And it's hard for I don't know how many creative friends you have but I find it that there's a lot of people that undervalue themselves,
Oh, for sure.
especially in this industry.
For sure. Because everyone wants to pay cheap, bro. Nobody wants to invest into content. Because people don't. There's two types of people. The people who actually understand the power of personal branding and content, and then there's people who just look at it like, oh, whatever. Like,
Right.
$3,000 a month for content. What the heck? Like, bro, no, that's normal.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
Marketing. Like
Yeah.
there's like Apple or Red Bull just like invest billions and billions of dollars on marketing. Yet alone, there's people that don't value. It is learning how to value your work, but I find it that I have a lot of friends here or Canada, things per se, that are content creators or in the videography industry, and the value, showing their value or pricing their value, it's very hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think another thing is too that a lot of people like there's a lot of competition because anybody will want to pick up a camera and say that I'm a content creator. But the difference between paying someone $500 a month and $3,000 a month is that one is gonna just point the camera at you, edit it, there you go, and the other one is actually gonna put together a content strategy that's going to bring you results.
100%.
Right, like if you're paying $3,000 per month for content, or if you're paying me for my services. I'm going to get you results. I'm going to actually build you a brand. I'm going to put together a strategy to help you, help this thing pay for itself and ultimately get you a return on investment, right? Otherwise, it's like, all right, then like go pay for somebody who's $500. No problem.
100%.
Go look pretty online and see what that does for you.
Yeah.
Go post some high quality photos, couple videos, and see what that does for you. Your friends are gonna comment, oh, bro, great, yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're not doing nothing.
Yeah,
with
there's
that.
no ROI on that. I also, in my brand, in the agency, we also do content strategy because
Nice.
I think it's the back end of the content that we shoot. And if you don't have that to like support the visuals, if you don't have content strategy to support the visuals, like you said, it's just like
Yeah.
you're pretty much doing it for the looks and not for the actual ROI behind it.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
Yeah. So I want to transition because we got about like 10 minutes before this episode ends. I want to transition quickly into a little bit more about Worldwide Agency.
Yes, sir.
Worldwide Agency. Tell me about, that's your main focus at the moment?
At the moment, yes.
So tell me about like the people that you help. Who are you helping? I know you said brands and creators, correct?
Yes. So it's mostly creators that are either just getting into the business or they're established, but it's more so connecting the two, right? So because I have a lot of contacts, because I have the opportunity to travel around, I meet a lot of creators and I meet a lot of brands. And I can't always be, let's say, in Miami, right?
Yeah.
But if I meet a circle of creators in Miami and then I have brands in Miami and I can connect them too, then it's good for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Win-win-win.
It's a win-win situation.
Nice.
And I find it because I had the struggle of pitching to clients and I didn't want people that are just starting out to go through that frustration of either cold DMing, cold calling, cold emailing, and then getting no answer. I want to become the bridge between a creator and a brand.
But I think that's like I said when you first brought it up, I think that's a genius idea, and you could do some really good damage with that. That's fire, bro. So what are the pain points? What are the problems that these people face? Obviously, you mentioned that they don't know how to pitch themselves on both the brand side and the creator side. The quality.
Right.
What else? Is there anything else that's like what are the pain points that the
Personal
problems
brands not knowing where to find creators, right?
Yeah.
You can definitely go onto social media, but if you don't know how to find a creator, let's say you're, I don't know, selling keys, right? Or because I could say selling real estate, but real estate, there's content creators for real estate. It's like oversaturated. People for the online business, things like that. But maybe something more niche, selling cell phone cases. I don't know. And there's a brand that's looking for a content creator that works with tech and does tech content and can maybe throw the pitch the content creator a proposal and be like, hey, listen, we have this case that we're just building and we want you to work with us, so I want to be able to connect those two, you know?
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So how do you actually connect the people?
So we're working on a platform. So
Okay.
like I said, where
Like
it's-
Tinder, right?
Yeah, like Tinder.
For business.
For business. So this is patent already, and so it's gonna be like Bumble, pretty much.
Nice.
You're a content creator. You put in all your stats, what you do, what you don't do, and then you just start swiping on projects per
Yeah.
se that you would like to work on.
That's fire.
And if that client swipes on you as well, then you guys connect, and then you guys have all the information, and then you guys can
Nice.
like transition out of the app itself.
Bro, that's genius. I'm on there. You need to let me know as soon as that
Yeah,
launches.
definitely.
I'm on there for sure.
Hopefully it launches by December. That's our that's gonna be like our beta, and we're
Okay.
gonna have a couple content or like
Yeah.
content creators or videographers, photographers on there,
Dope.
just to bug out like the app.
Yeah.
And then other than that, hopefully by 2025 it'll be running.
Nice. Love that, bro. So have you actually like been able to connect people already without the app?
I have.
Can you tell me about like some success stories or
Yeah, definitely. So
yeah.
I was just in Toronto and Montreal I was there for about two months. I connected with a couple of content creators down there, videographers, photographers, and we did a meet. And so one of them, Alex, just got to Montreal. He doesn't speak a lot of English or French. He speaks a lot more Spanish, but I was able to connect him with a brand that is established in Montreal that needed a photographer. Nice. And now he has a retainer client for the next 6 months.
Wow.
Because of that.
Wow, 6 months of business,
yeah.
Just like that.
Especially because I can't be there, right?
Yeah.
So this could have been my client.
Yeah.
But if I could give it to somebody else while I'm gone, why not?
And then do you take a percentage too?
Yeah, there is a percentage on that.
Nice.
Like on the app, there's gonna be a percentage, but it's not big.
Yeah.
It's more so to help the creators get their part.
And then when you're doing this on a huge scale, that all adds up.
Yeah.
That little percentage.
Yeah, definitely.
Dope.
But I'm not doing it for that. I'm actually doing it because of the struggles that I went through.
Wow.
And I don't want people to deal with the frustration, because I know what it is to not have money in the bank.
Yeah.
And struggle with sending 150 DMs and not getting anything back.
Yeah, bro. It's painful.
So that's why I'm doing it. Yes, obviously.
Love that.
There's money involved. I mean, we have to pay our bills and things like that. But it's mostly because of the connection that I feel like connecting with. Is very important. Networking and connecting is, especially in the business that we're in, it'll take you from 0 to 100. Bro, if you know how to do it very quickly.
Fire.
Right?
Love that, bro. Love that. So how can people work with you? Where can they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, as DR Visuals, or my website, DannyRuo.com.
Nice.
And that's pretty much it, man.
Love that, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely check out Danny's stuff. Check out his content. Hit him up if you are interested in learning a little bit more about what he does or potentially collaborating with him. Danny, any last words or any piece of advice that you want to share with the audience?
Create, have fun, and keep going, man.
Let's go.
Don't give up on it. Sometimes we'll hit that threshold of giving up, but if you just keep going a little bit more, then you'll find gold.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I could testify to that for sure. Yeah. Like when I first started, it was rough. It was really hard. And even though people were successful and telling me, hey, this is what I did, you got to keep going. You got to just keep going, because you just need one connection to change the whole game for you.
Exactly.
It just takes one person. One
person, or even just one video.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you're and consistency is key, man.
Yeah.
It's like what I said earlier, compound effect. Like anything in life.
Love that. Well, Danny, it was a pleasure having you on the show, brother.
You too, my man.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely.
Always nice seeing you.
Much love, bro.
Thanks, brother.
And that is a wrap on this episode of The Social Room. I hope you found some great insights and maybe even some potential opportunities and ideas. Remember, the connections you make today could be the game changers of tomorrow. If you're interested in continuing the conversation or exploring potential partnerships, don't hesitate to reach out. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Stay tuned until next time.